Hey now, Tigers fans. Welcome back to this presentation of Tigers Hockey. I'm your host, Michael Conciatore, alongside Christian Conciatore, for today's game between the Ridgefield Tigers and the home Stamford Westhill Vikings. Today, the Tigers 7-4 in their first 11 games of the season, coming off of a loss 4-1 to the Prout School Crusaders. Timmy Gallagher got a power play goal in that game, and James Britton had to make 47 stops on 51 shots that the Prout School Crusaders were on net for the Tigers. Against them, speaking of the power play, Ridgefield through the first 8 games had 0 man advantage goals. In their last 3, they've scored 9 power play goals. Christian, what do you think are some keys to the game for the Tigers in this one?
Yeah, good night for hockey, and a pleasure to be with everyone here on the broadcast tonight for what should be a very good matchup between Ridgefield and Westhill. And I'll tell you what, this Vikings team is a scrappy, younger bunch who is going to have their hands full tonight with the Tigers team, who has won 7 of their last 9 games. Tigers coming into this one on a torrid pace. I look for that to continue with a lot of speed and a lot of pucks on net.
The Tigers, when MVP TV was on the road in Chicago filming some National Ball Hockey League coverage, Tigers were 1-1 in that stretch where they had a Rhode Island series matchup. They beat Smithfield by a score of 6-0. And then, as we talked about before, they lost 4-1 to the Prout School. Both games were at home. We're now back on the road here at Terry Conners Ice Arena in Stamford, Connecticut for today's game. The Tigers a little bit beat up today coming into this one. They're missing out on 3 key players. Jake Kurtz was hurt in the Greenwich game, along with Blake Schlappach, and Will Britton will also be out. The Tigers get back number 7 and Jack Kirshner as well. Andrew Sproul will be getting the start. He's 4-1 in his 5 starts so far in this season. He'll be getting the start for today's game. He's in between the pipes for the Tigers. And the last note, Mason Blockley and Ryan McNicholas were both listed on Game Time Connecticut's Ice Hockey Top Performers list earlier today. The two had a pair of goals each in the 6-0 win against Smithfield. As we said earlier,
good to see McNicholas. He's starting to pick his game up here, who had a slower start to his year, but he's really come around strong. And on the Vikings end of things here, they only have a few seniors on this lineup, but it's going to be Daniel Tuma and it's going to be Max Zelikman. Those 2 seniors, if they are going to get the offense started for the Vikings. We have the anthem coming up now.
So now, after the anthem and the starting lineups, we will be back for first period action at center ice. Stick around, stay tuned.
Hockey game between your visiting team Ridgefield and your home team Stamford Westhill Co-op. Your starting lineups for tonight's game for the visiting team Ridgefield, starting at defense, number 7, Jack Kirshner. At defense, number 23, Dean Scully. At forward, number 3, Clayton Walsh. At forward, number 5, Angelo Simonello. At forward, number 21, Ryan McNichols. And in goal for Ridgefield, number 35, James Britton. Your head coach.
Oh, Britton's getting the start. That's on me.
And now your home team, Stamford. Starting at defense, number 18, Logan Carl. At bench, assistant captain, number 19, C.J. Berligo. At forward, number 21, Captain Max Schleckman. At forward, number 22, Ethan Brown Tucson. At forward, number 27, Chris Gomez. And between the pipes for Stamford, number 34, Jack Gibson. Your head coach, Pete Pinto, assisted by Matt McCormick and Giorgio Cicito. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you all to please rise and remove your hats as we pay tribute and honor the men and women of our armed forces with the playing of our national anthem.
And fans, we are back. It was a correction on my part. Actually, instead of Andrew Sproul, it's going to be James Britton again. Like we said in the pregame, he faced 51 shots. The Crusaders of the Prout School of Rhode Island poured onto the net at the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Britton had stopped 47 shots in that game. That's the most that either Tiger goalie has seen, and that's an abundance of shots.
Yeah, the Tigers, you can see them wearing all black today. They've only lost one game in these black shirts this year. Hopefully that's a good omen for them as they hope to get off a hot start against a team that they're expected to do well against. The team that they play tomorrow night, Darien, beat this team 8-0, and that was just recently.
And that's a big test there. That game at the Darien Ice Arena in Darien tomorrow against the Blue Wave will be a challenge for the Tigers. As earlier this week, the Blue Wave defeated the #1 team in the state, the Notre Dame West Haven Green Knights. That was a fantastic hockey game, and it was definitely a test for the Darien Blue Wave. And the Tigers are definitely going to get a test when they play them tomorrow night on the back-to-back after this game against Stamford Westhill. We are set to start here in the first period as the Tigers will win the face-off. The starting forwards for Ridgefield is number 5, centering the wingers is Angelo Simonello, and then on his left wing is Ryan McNicholas, and on the right, getting his first start of the year, is number 3 in Clayton Walsh. The defenseman will be number 7, Jack Kirshner, and number 23, Dean Scully. And like we said, in between the pipes for the Tigers, it's number 35 in James Britton. The puck being lodged in deep. There's a shot on net. It will be stopped by the blocker and steered aside off into the corner. Stanford still holding possession in the offensive zone, not really letting the Tigers get a hold of it. Now finally, Dean Scully comes away with the puck. He'll be hit off of it. And now Stanford will try again. Here's a shot towards the net. It will just go wide and right of the goaltender in Britton. Simonello holds up there for the hit. Kirchner now trying to forecheck. Now McNicholas, who will get on his stick, and he'll get it out to the neutral zone. He'll hit the red line, and he'll enter the zone on the right side and dump it in deep. Forward change and defensive change for the Tigers, as that was a long shift break.
Yeah, slow start there for the Tigers. It looks like everybody's just kind of standing around at the game's start here, and Tigers weren't on that puck fast enough to break it out.
Just about 13 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first period here. It's Mason Blockley, who was one of Game Time Connecticut's players to watch and top performers of the last week, as he scored 2 goals against Smithfield, Rhode Island in the Tigers' routing victory of 6-0. Now Gallagher in the corner. He'll get the puck, and he'll move it up top towards the point. And that one will be kept in, but now quickly slapped back here by the Vikings. They'll dump it in deep, and it'll go past the Tigers' goal line. Now Teddy Sproul moving it over to his defensive partner, who will pass it out to Joey Couch. It's a 2-on-1 pass towards the front. Here's the shot from Bennett Rose, and that one will just go wide. Couch with another good forecheck. Pass in front for DeMarco, and that one will also steer wide. Carson Blockley. He holds a +7, which is the best for the Tigers so far in this season in the plus-minus category. We'll pass it over to Braden Kaisman, wearing number 4 today, as he's the JV call-up for today's matchup against the Vikings. Kaisman now in his own defensive end, on his forehand. About 12 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first period.
Good possession
Couch
time here
on
for
the
Ridgefield.
forehand.
Ooh, almost a call there as Couch looked like he almost got tripped up there.
Yeah, definitely not the route he wanted to take while getting the puck out, but he was tripped up on the play, so nothing he could really do about it, but the referees missed it. Definitely not a blatant tripping, though. Couch now on the half wall in the own defensive end. He'll hit the high glass, and he'll get it out. Now the Vikings trying to jump on the Tigers as they're going for a change. Both teams will actually be going for a change. Now just 11 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first period. Tigers, not much offensive pressure so far in this game. They had the one opportunity where Couch was passing it over towards the other side for Bennett Rose in front of the net, and now it will be a penalty going to the Vikings.
Yeah, Yeah, they're going to get called for too many men here. And Ridgefield's going to go to the power play as a bench minor is going to be called here against Westhill. And number 24 is going to be serving it. That's James Barnum.
James Barnum in the box here for the Vikings. And now the Tigers will go to the power play for the first time in this game. Like we said, in the last 3 games, the Tigers have scored 9 power play goals. And that was all from working on it in practice. I mean, they really have been good, Christian.
Yeah, they've been really good, and that's something that they're going to need to continue here. Even if they don't get a goal, you got to get a good setup here and a few good shots on net.
The Vikings will take possession in the neutral zone, and they'll slap it down. Just 1:40 to go left on this Tigers power play. Mason Blockley moving the puck over to the right wing. Simonello now moving the puck up. The Tigers will get a tip on it, so it will be no icing. Kirchner in after it. Picking up that puck before him is C.J. Berlingo. Now after it is Logan Pearl for the Vikings, and now the Tigers will set up. Passing it out to the point for Mason Blockley. He'll move it down low back over to Simonello. Or I'm sorry, that's actually Hertwig. Hertwig now back over to Blockley. Here's the shot. It's on net. And it's a very nice stop there from goaltender number 34 in Jack Gibson.
Yeah, that's what the Tigers are trying to do, is create traffic in front. You can see goaltender there trying to shove a player out of his way. He's able to see that one through and get the stop.
Tigers' second power play unit now on the ice. Angelo Simonello to take the faceoff. 10 minutes, 51 seconds to go in the first. Just about a minute to go in the power play for the Tigers. Berlingo now for the Vikings, getting possession, but Clayton Walsh will go into the scrum to try to fish that one out for the Tigers. Here's the shot from the half wall for Angelo Simonello. That one was up in the air, and it came down. McNicholas couldn't see that one.
Weird bounce there, but Tigers almost came away with a good chance there.
Just 40 seconds to go in the man advantage here. Joey Couch trying to jump on that one. Good forecheck from him, and now he'll wrap that puck all the way towards the other side and reverse it for Angelo Simonello. That puck off the bumper now. Ryan McNicholas passing it down low to Couch. Couch in the corner. Goes back down low towards McNicholas, and he'll reverse the side. McNicholas will do the same with a cycle down low to Simonello. Simonello back out to the point. Here's the shot there, and that one will not make it towards the net. Walsh passing it over to Simonello. Now over to McNicholas across the ice. Here's the shot. It will be blocked there by the skate there of 16, Dan Tuma. McNicholas with a shot and a big save on the blocker there of Jack Gibson again. That's 3 consecutive shots. The net will be off, and it will be a stoppage of play.
Yeah, Tigers are trying to work that high slot. They're getting the shots from the point now as we go back to even strength. Looks like it's a little bit of a different style of power play for the Tigers, who normally like to work the overload, work it low. Now they're trying to come out high, and they're getting the shots towards goal. Need a little bit more traffic in front so we can bury a dirty one.
George Avalani loses the faceoff, but then finishes his check. That one will be up in the air, now back down towards the ice surface. It will be slapped forward there from Velozzi of the Vikings. Kirchner now, the indirect pass over to Avalani. It'll be on his backhand, trying to get it out for Ridgefield, and he'll do so. It squirts out to the neutral zone, where James Barnum, the player who had to serve the bench minor for the Vikings, comes out and plays that in his own defensive end. C.J. Berlingo now, moving it at the point. Along the wall, Kirchner comes down low. Here's the shot from Bennett Rose, who will go wide. Here's Kirchner now on the half wall. His shot will be whiffed on. And now almost gotten out by the Vikings, but it's kept in here again by Kirchner. On the backhand now, moving it over to Rose. Here's the shot, and it will go off of the glove of Gibson. Nice stop there. Comes out to the top of the crease and makes himself large.
Great save by Gibson. As Stamford got a little lackadaisical in their own end, they weren't too worried about clearing the puck until it was too late, and Ridgefield had a good chance there.
Hertwig now in the corner of the offensive zone on the right side. Gallagher will come in to help him out. The 2-point leaders for the Tigers this season. Gallagher has 6 goals, 6 assists, totaling for 12 points. And Hertwig has 4 goals and 7 assists for 11 points. Here's the shot, and that one will go wide, but Gallagher got a stick on it, and it was just wide again off of the tip, and it will be a stoppage of play. How about we see that one again?
Yeah, that was nearly a slap pass there. You can see that shot is going wide almost intentionally. Gallagher's stick is there, and that deflection is just not on goal. It's up, out of play, and we'll have a whistle in the offensive zone for the Tigers.
Joey Couch now trying to take the face off. He will lose that one to Dan Tuma. Now it looks like the Vikings trying to get it out of their own zone. Now Blockley will keep them pinched in here. On the blue line, now taking it is the Vikings. Puck is lost in translation as it was sitting in an open area, and the Tigers will slap at it to get it down below the Vikings goal line. Coming down low is Mason Blockley once again. Will be stolen there, and Joey Couch will steal it back, and he'll make a backhanded try. He'll go off for a change. There's the Vikings coming the other way. Simonello coming on the ice, and he's trying to hold up here as he leads the Tigers in penalty minutes. He has 23 penalty minutes, Angelo Simonello does. And that leads the team by a long shot. McNicholas now dancing with it in the neutral zone. Holding on his forehand. Now he'll spin back. Patiently waiting for the pass over to Blockley, and now a nice touch pass over towards the other side for Braden Kaseman. Trying to get on puck, stick on that puck is Ryan McNicholas, but it will go down the length of the ice in the Tigers' end. 7 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the first period. Now Jack Kirchner, backhanded try over to Simonello. He'll now walk towards the center of the ice. He'll still hold it on his forehand after doing the spin move. Here's the shot, and he scores!
Oh my goodness!
What a nice goal!
Simonello, man, oh man, and you were just mentioning the penalty minutes, but how about the goals? How about the points that he's been putting up for this Tigers team? And this was just poise and patience, high slot, and that puck is ripped on the blocker side.
Beautiful shot there from number 5, and Angelo Simonello, one of the senior captains on this team. That's his 4th goal of the season and his 5th point, as he raises that goal total from 3 to 4. And he scores that goal short side to make it 1-0 Tigers early in this first period. There's a whistle there because the net's off, so they'll fix that one before the face-off.
Now, Michael, let's be fair to Simonello here. You mentioned 23 penalty minutes. I'm pretty sure he got 12 of those in one penalty with the 10-minute misconduct and the minor in that one game against St. Joe's. Great goal, though, from him as he's hitting a fadeaway jumper there, and it's lasered into that blocker side on the short cheese.
Yeah, it's a beautiful goal from Simonello. Got to give him credit there. And you are right. It was a 2-10 that Simonello had to serve, so his penalty minutes skyrocketed after that play. Back to the action on the ice here. Clayton Walsh with the forecheck here for the Tigers as they lost the faceoff, but they'll get it back for the neutral zone regroup as they'll move it forward over to George Avalani off the stick of Jack Kirchner. Coming down low is Breezak, and his pass will be tipped on net off of a Viking skate.
Yeah, optical illusion there. It looked like the puck went in.
Coming towards the other way is the Tigers now. It's Gallagher with room and speed on the right side. That shot will go over the blocker there of Gibson. Good offensive opportunity there for the Tigers. Kirchner now towards the net. The rebound for Gallagher. Another save on the short side, and he'll steer that off into the corner. Tigers keep it in at the point, the shot, and it will be stopped at the glove and a stoppage of play.
Yeah, these Tigers have been working quickly, and all of a sudden, before you know it, 2 shots on net, and they've just been able to work quickly in transition. Before you know it, it doesn't look like it's a scary play, and then they cut right to the goal, and that was a good chance to score and make it 2-0.
The quick shot off of the face-off there. Bennett Rose won the face-off back to Blockley, and he got a shot on net. We're definitely going to see that play again. As it just slipped past Gibson, and then it went wide off the nice defensive clearing. Now in front of the net, the shot, the save, as Bennett Rose will be stopped by Gibson as he came out of the top of the crease.
Yeah, before that, shot off the draw here. This puck was coming in from a long way out. Rebound there is not covered, and through the crease it goes, and then another shot after that play came around, and nearly another goal for Ridgefield.
Looks like it's Hertwig holding possession here for the Tigers below the goal line. Moving it over to Gallagher. Gallagher moving it back to Blockley, and Blockley will go back to Gallagher. On the backhand towards Teddy Sproul, and now the Vikings are able to get that one down the length of the ice. It will be icing against Stamford Westhill, and we will get another face-off in the Tigers' offensive zone.
Now that stretch pass for the Vikings there was just a little bit too far in front of Chris Gomez. Otherwise, they were going to have a chance on a one-on-one or maybe a breakaway to tie this game. Stamford Westhill has to remember this is only a 1-0 hockey game. They can easily come back.
Anyone's ball game. As the Tigers, they are coming off of that loss, but here are the Vikings on the 2-on-1. Here's the shot, and a beautiful save by the blocker of James Britton. He'll keep that one out, and he'll keep it 1-0 Tigers.
What a shot, and what a save by Britton.
Really snared out that blocker to make the stop. That puck will now go on to his pad from the corner. He'll fail to cover that one up. Another shot towards him, and now the Tigers able to get it out of their zone. Good job by Jack DeMarco to hustle that one out and into the neutral zone. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first frame. Angelo Simonello moving it back over to Blockley. Tigers trying to escape their own zone. Kirchner will go over to Carson Blockley, who will make an indirect pass. Over to Simonello, who's wheeling on the forecheck. He'll get in below the goal line of the Vikings. They're going to try to send it out of the zone, and they will do so. It's going to be no icing as it chipped off of a Tigers stick there. Braden Kaseman moving it over to Simonello. He's got some speed in the neutral zone. He'll go around his man, lowering his shoulder into number 19 in CJ Berlingo. Clayton Walsh with the forecheck. Now McNicholas trying to get in there as well in the corner. Good job by Simonello to keep it in the Tigers' offensive end. Dan Tuma now. He's going to be hit off the puck there from Ryan McNicholas. Good forecheck by him again. Tigers looking a lot more energetic than they did in the first 3 minutes of this first period, as they're finally getting it deep in the offensive zone and they're trying to get to work with the forecheck. Playing that puck deep is Bennett Rose. Coming the other way is Brown Toussaint. He'll go high off the glass and down the length of the ice. Doesn't look like it's icing, as Teddy Sproul will have to head towards James Britton and go behind him to play the puck for the Tigers. 3 minutes to go in the first period. The Tigers will have a neutral zone regroup. Bennett Rose patiently holding the puck in the defensive end. He'll now go behind the net for some protection. Sproul will go back to Rose. Now he's going to head up the ice. Pass over to Ian Breezak, who will head south, not north. He's on his backhand. He'll muscle that one out with one hand, and he is hit hard there from Brown Toussaint. He will get up immediately.
Yeah, Tigers not afraid to work the puck back into their own defensive end to try to break the puck out. But on this play, Toussaint just came in here looking for a big hit, and he saw him coming, and he goes down early. That ends up being really just a tripping play and not a big collision.
The Tigers entering the offensive zone. A little bit of a technical difficulty for myself. Now the Vikings on an odd man rush. They'll get towards the front of the net, and Hertwig will snuff that play out. Good defense from him. 2:20 to go in the first period. Mason Blockley now trying to get it out for the Tigers. He will do so, and it will be all the way in the Vikings' defensive end. Hertwig now with the steal. Passing over to Gallagher, over to Blockley. Here's the shot. Big save there from Jack Gibson. Definitely going to check that Tigers offensive opportunity out again. Blockley will take the shot from the half wall. It will wrap around the boards, and Clayton Walsh will pinch down low out of the 3-2 position there. And the Vikings will come the other way. Blockley from his own end, trying to move it forward. And now it's taken the other way by the Vikings. Seligman entering the offensive zone on the left side. He has the puck. Here's the shot. It will be stopped before getting towards the net. Now in front, and the score! The pass from Ian Dugan over to Chris Gomez in front, and he'll make it 1-1 here at Terry Conners. What a game, what a goal.
Yeah, let's take another look here. That's how fast it can change. Pass out in front, and Tigers don't pick up a man in front, and that one finds the back of the net. This one's a 1-1 game, yeah. Let's take another look here. Oh, that's a hard shot and a good finish there. To make this a 1-1 ball game here, Tigers now have their work cut out for them.
Minute and 20 seconds to go in the first period, and the Vikings would strike late in the first frame Chris Gomez getting the goal, and he'll make it 1-1. Tigers were fighting hard. Looks like they had most of the offensive pressure and most of the time on attack here in this game so far in the first period. But the Vikings finding a way to put it home past Britain to make it 1-1. See what the Tigers can do in response. And let's see if the score stays the same or will change with the small amount of time before we head into the first intermission.
Yeah, you saw Logan Pearl just send the puck to the front. That's what the Vikings are going to try to do now, is they've seen that if you throw the puck to the front of the net, good things will happen.
Braden Kaseman now trying to play it forward here for the Tigers as he turns the puck over, makes a nice hit in the neutral zone to get them off the puck. Joey Couch now in to help him out. His forehanded try, trying to get the puck out on the wrap, will not be too successful as the puck will go back on Britain. He'll cover that one up for a stoppage of play as it's late in the first.
Britain content to just get a stoppage of play there, as these Vikings seem to have a little bit of momentum. They haven't had a ton of zone time in this first period, but since that goal, they've got a little bit of jump now, and Tigers have had to defend where they've just been playing offense the majority of this game.
Face-off one here by the Vikings. The shot will go wide towards Britain. Carson Blockley slaps that one with one hand. It goes to the point. It looks like Jack DeMarco doing work to get it out to the neutral zone. He'll do so. I'm sorry, that was actually Ryan McNicholas wearing number 21. 20 seconds to go in the first period. Mason Blockley now holding it on his forehand. Backhand chip and an alley-oop pass over to Simonello's stick, and it will just go past his, and it looks like he would have had a one-on-one opportunity if he had caught that clean. Just 10 seconds to go in the first frame. Now one last chance here for the Tigers. The slap shot on net. Big save and a big rebound comes out to Blockley's stick, but he cannot put it home and on net at all, and that will stop the first period of play. We go into the first intermission with the Tigers tied with the Vikings 1-1.
Yeah, a good period of play there. Both teams playing hard, and tell you what, Ridgefield not going to be happy with the scoreline here. They had a lot better chances. We're seeing the goal from Simonello there. That was just a rip. And he knew it. That's that patented Simonello no-selling, maybe just in your face. And then, yeah, let's take one more look at that. What a rip that was. And on the other end, these Vikings have played a really good game thus far. To be 1-1 and to have this chance buried there by Chris Gomez there, this makes it a really good game here. Stick around for the second period.
You see Diaz-Belda, a little bit of a smile on his face. He's having fun. Moss doesn't have to make a save on that one. He rims all the way back around and out. Now here's a chance for a break the other way. Rips the Knights. Take the shot. Score! Gains his own with speed. Nice little move around the defender. Takes a shot. And oh, Moss again! The hands of Retzel on that move. Goes down again, and oh my! Just beats his defender, gets down to the bottom of the circle, and roofs it! Shot!
Let's take a look at this one here in slow-mo. Some of the physical play we were seeing in that first period. Now you can see the play there from Daniel Tuma, who I mentioned was a senior on this Vikings team. He's going to be influential here, and he was influential on that last hit there, guarding the puck there, and Ridgefield had a good period of play on offense to start. They got the early goal. And then late in that period, the Vikings able to tie it up and make it a 1-1 hockey game. These two teams just about ready to go here in the second.
And so the Tigers finish off their chant as we are 1-1 here at Terry Conners Ice Arena in Stamford, Connecticut. The Vikings and the Tigers have played a competitive game so far, and the Vikings keeping it close. And this looks like it looks like one of those games that They played against, St. Joe's, where it was 2-0 after the 3 periods of play, and it probably should have been a lot more. Tigers see if they can bounce back. That one's gotten in on net, but before it can get there, it's Jack Kirchner sweeping that one by. Nice back check there from the Vikings. Simonello trying to hit the red line, dumping it in deep, but the Vikings will do it. Now it's deep in the Ridgefield end. Kirchner's pass will go off the boards and down the length of the ice for an icing against the Tigers.
Yeah, not what Kirchner was hoping there, but that's okay. As fresh cut of ice, you can see pucks are going to be moving very quickly. And that one got down the other end of the goal line in a hurry. We'll send out Timmy Gallagher's line.
The Tigers going from left to right on your screen in the black uniforms. Here's the shot, quickly off the draw there from the Vikings. That one will go wide, left of the net. And that one just wide by Barnum. Now holding on his forehand there is Ian Dugan, one of the captains for this Vikings team. Just can't get a shot on net as he was a little bit hooked up on the play. I was looking for a call against the Tigers, but they don't get one. Carson Blockley, the indirect pass to himself. He'll now try to bat that one over to Hertwig. He does so cleanly. He'll now move that one over to Gallagher. Hertwig now with possession in the neutral zone. It's stolen here by the Vikings. They're going to hit the red line, and they'll dump it in deep off of C.J. Berlingo's stick. Now Blockley holding and firing off to Craig Hertwig, who will enter the offensive zone from the right side. A Gretzky turn back, backhanded pass towards Gallagher in the slot, and that one will be stopped by the Vikings. Hertwig now back out to the point for Blockley. On the half wall, passing back over to Hertwig at the far post. That one will be wide, as it was real close.
Good chance for Hertwig there. It's so hard to take a one-timer off your offside, but he makes a good effort and not able to steer it on goal.
That puck will be gotten out to the neutral zone. It's offsides against the Tigers. They'll quickly win the faceoff and push it forward, but good job by the Vikings to get to the red line and dump it in deep into the Tigers' end. Joey Couch now on the left half wall, trying to do a little flip pass into the neutral zone, but he'll be stopped there in the interception by Max Zelikman. Kaisman now moving in on the indirect pass, stopped by Berlingo. The shot, big save by Britton, and the rebound will come out to the slot. Tigers will jump on that puck as Clayton Walsh moves it over to Jack Kirchner. He'll turn that puck over to the Vikings, now in front of the net, and good back check there from Clayton Walsh to get back into position. Stop that play from going further. Vikings keeping that puck in. Dropping down low is Logan Pearl. He'll play it over to Ian Dugan, and now Pearl will drop down again. Blockley trying to make an indirect pass. I'm sorry, that was actually Clayton Walsh wearing number 3. Joey Couch now, the wrapped puck over to Kaisman. Go too far for his stick. Now the Tigers finally able to get it out to the neutral zone. Jack DeMarco will take over. He's at the red line. Backhanded pass deep down the length of the ice. And 11 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the second period. Big hit there from Jack Kirchner, dumping off his man. The Tigers will re-enter the offensive zone from the right side. Teddy Sproul, the backhanded pass over to Bennett Rose. It's stolen here by the Vikings, and they're going to head the other way. Mason Blockley now, backhanded try over to Bennett Rose. Rose on his backhand, moving it towards the goal, and that one will hit the outside of the net of James Britton's goal. Nice move there from Blockley to get around his man. Staminello now. Looks like a dead spot in the ice there as a couple players go flying as they slip over that far blue line side. Good steal from Simonello in the neutral zone. He'll walk, he'll fire. That one will go high. And making the blocker save there is Jack Gibson. Brown Toussaint makes a big hit on McNicholas. He'll still hold possession deep in the Tigers' defensive end. Wrapped puck from Blockley over to McNicholas. McNicholas now trying to go towards the center of the ice, and a big hit there from Teddy Sproul, sitting his man down. TJ Dennison. Ten minutes, 30 seconds to go in the second period. An indirect pass over to Brown Toussaint. He'll now enter the offensive zone from the center. Here's the shot. It will go high and wide. Now played down low. Carson Blockley moving it back, and now Brown Toussaint gets it towards the front of the net. Kirshner will clear that one into the corner, but he can't get it out of the zone. Simonello trying to fight him to get it out, and they can't do so, but they'll go for a change. Carson Blockley now. His forehand pass over to Caseman, who will reverse the side back over to Blockley. Blockley, he's stopped there by Chris Gomez. And now high off the glass, it will not get out. Brown Toussaint now on his backhand, and he's taken down in the corner. Jack Kirshner, number 7, go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping as the Tigers had trouble getting the puck out of their own end.
Yeah, Tigers, not enough urgency in their own zone here, and eventually the stick's going to get tied up underneath the Vikings skate. And I'll tell you what, Tigers had a number of chances. That's the second or third time that they've tried to reverse into their own defensive end, and instead of getting the puck out now, they're on the penalty kill.
Seemed like it was simple enough, high off the glass and get it out if you're in trouble, but the Tigers can't figure that one out, and they will go to the box off a little bit of a lackadaisical play there from Jack Kirchner. 2 minutes for tripping, and the Tigers will now go to the penalty kill, and the Vikings will get their first power play of the game. Blockley now makes an interception in the neutral zone. He'll now dump it in deep again for Hertwig to go in on the forecheck. Hertwig now, and Gallagher down low in the offensive zone. It's a nice chip pass there from the Vikings, but the Tigers will snuff that play out. They'll get it back to the neutral zone. Ian Dugan now entering the offensive zone from the right side. He'll hold on his forehand the shot. It's blocked there from Bennett Rose, and it will go off into the mesh netting for a stoppage of play.
Yeah, a couple weird bounces right now. Tigers aren't having the pucks go their way, and there hasn't been much set up right now in the power play, so Ridgefield's just got to continue to try to get the pucks deep. And for the Vikings, try to set up this power play as here they go, winning the faceoff.
It's been a good penalty kill so far here from the Tigers. Now a little bit of some urgency for the Vikings as the shot will go on net, but a beautiful stop there with the left pad and glove. James Britton, he'll cover that one up for a stoppage of play.
Yeah, good save there by Britton, as this power play does get set up in a hurry, and that's what they're looking to do as soon as they have a lane to the net. Couldn't get the rebound home.
Mason Blockley now. He's going to make the indirect pass. It will go down the length of the ice. Just a minute to go in power play time for the Vikings. About 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second period. Forecheck here from the Tigers, but now the Vikings will come the other way. They're on the right side of the offensive zone. Gretzky turned back towards the blue line. And an indirect pass will be off of the stick there of the Vikings defenseman. He's going to have to clear that one out, stretching the puck towards the far side, and Blockley will snuff that out and get it in deep. 35 seconds to go in the man advantage here for the Vikings. Joey Couch now holding possession on the half wall. He'll turn towards the net and fire where Simonello was sitting in front, but just can't get it past the goaltender.
Yeah, good job by Couch. Just doing what he's supposed to do there is get the puck deep, and who's waiting there is Angelo Simonello all alone in front. The puck was just too hot for him.
Just about 8 minutes to go here in the second period, and about 5 seconds to go in the power play for the Vikings. It will be even strength now as Kirchner will come out of the box. Just about 7 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the second period. Kirchner spilling off of the boards, holding possession on his forehand. Now the indirect pass over to Carson Blockley. It will hit a Vikings stick before getting there. And now Stamford Westhill will get the puck out of their own zone. Teddy Sproul going behind the net for some coverage. Passing it on the indirect pass over to Simonello. Brown Toussaint now taking over for the Vikings. They'll get it out to the point, and now McNicholas had a good chance to steal that one and go off on an odd man rush. Golden opportunity here for the Tigers. Kirchner now trying to dance his defenseman. He almost took down another player there. It doesn't look like the referees called it. But he got his stick in a dangerous area. He takes down his defenseman there, and now 6 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the second frame.
Yeah, I'm sure some of these Stamford fans are going to wish that was a penalty, but looks like he did lose an edge, so Good no call in my book there by the referee. Keeps it 5-on-5.
This game's still knotted up at 1. The shot, that one will go wide off the pass from the slot. Really nice look. Clayton Walsh on the indirect pass over to Hertwig. Now he'll stretch the zone and the ice all the way out to Gallagher on the far end. Kaisman over to Clayton Walsh. He's going to hit the red line and try to dump it in deep. Can't do so cleanly. Now in the neutral zone. Walsh off the boards. Passing it over to Hertwig. Hertwig will now move it back over to Walsh, and the Tigers will dump it in deep. And it will be an icing. I thought that was close enough for the Vikings to get, but stoppage of play.
Yeah,
let's back in the Ridgefield end.
Take a look at this pass there. That's Duggan over to Dennison, who just gets underneath that one. It ends up being a little bit of a bunker shot over the goal. Really never had a chance, as didn't get all of that shot.
Here's the face-off. It will be won here by the Vikings. They'll play it down low, below the goal line of the Tigers' end. Teddy Sproul will get that puck taken from him by Zalikman. Moving it over to Brown Toussaint. Seems like they're the center wing pair. That does a lot of the offensive damage here for the Vikings, and that one will be wide off the shot there by Max Zalikman. Now in front of the net, that one will just be wide. It's out to the point there where Liam Karan keep that in off of the wrapped puck. That one high and out of play here for Ridgefield. Face off back in the Tigers' end.
Yeah, this is one of those arenas where you don't see it very often, but the benches are on either side of the ice as opposed to just being right alongside each other. So both teams able to stare each other down as we work over the halfway mark in this game.
Here's the shot from the point for the Vikings. They score! That one will be tipped on net. And it looks like it's Ian Duggan. No, it's Lucas Velozzi leading the handshake line. Number 7 for the Vikings. He'll make it 2-1 as Stamford Westhill goes up.
Johnny on the spot there. Velozzi takes the initial shot. Did it go off Anthony Luigi in front? Or it also could have been James Barham. Number of players in between where that puck was shot and where it enters the goal. And yeah, Britain is just screened on that play and can't come up with a save. Tigers now finding themselves down 2-1.
Now, this is an outcome that definitely wasn't expected from any of the fans in this building or at home watching along MVP TV. Mason Blockley now trying to take it back for the Tigers. McNicholas will do so. He's now on the backhand, turns towards the net again. And move it over to Hertwig. Hertwig back over to McNicholas, and it won't get all the way to him, but now Bennett Rose at the point. Here's the shot. Big save there by the blocker of Gibson. It's now in the corner. The Vikings trying to get it out. Stolen here from Simonello. And now Duggan will get on the puck. The indirect pass all the way down the length of the ice. It will be an icing against the Vikings. Face off down in the Stamford Westhill zone.
Yeah, already you can see that Tigers are trying to respond on the goal from Lucas Velozzi, who they did announce as the goal scorer. You're seeing it there on the replay. Oh, yeah, that puck actually goes off of him early in that shot. You can see it there on the replay there. But regardless, 2-1 here. Ridgefield, I expect to have a very good response here.
Craig Hertwig's shot will hit the goaltender and go wide. Face-off still in the Stamford Westhill zone. And it's to the left of Jack Gibson, the goaltender here for this Vikings squad. Looks like Gallagher taking the face-off. He'll win that one back cleanly over to Kirshner, and now he'll keep that puck in off the whiffed shot. Hertwig gets it down low with the backhanded pass over to Gallagher. Brown Toussaint now takes over the puck, and a good walk the line there from Braden Kaisman. It looks like he's injured and down on the play. And Kirshner will touch up, and now Kaisman just on the ice. You see the referee there helping him out, seeing if Kaisman can get up. Seems like he's okay as he stands up that one, but it looks like he got speared on the play. He's holding his stomach and abdomen region.
Let's take another look at this one. You can see the stick. Oh, actually, yeah, it's his own stick. His own stick gets jabbed up into his abdomen there. That's no fun. You can see him still laboring there on the bench.
Now Timmy Gallagher in to take the face-off, hoping Braden Kaseman is okay on the weird play in the corner. Craig Hertwig now, passing it over to Gallagher, who's on the far end in the offensive zone in the corner. Coming down low to take this shot. That one will go wide. And it will wrap
can't
along
have that
the
puck go
boards
wide
off the
there.
shot from Mason Blockley.
Just a breakout pass when that puck goes wide from the point on that shot. That's been a thing for the Tigers all year, is finding a way to get these pucks on net.
Looks like Gallagher was tripped up in the corner there. No call against the Vikings. And it will remain 5-on-5. Gallagher now. He gets hit hard after trying to make the pass over to Teddy Sproul. It will be no icing as the Tigers shift it down the length of the ice into their own end. Roll trying to get that puck out for the Tigers. Mason Blockley will help him out. He's going to hit the red line. He'll dump it in deep on net. Stopped by the glove there of Gibson. About 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this second period. Tigers down 2-1.
Now Gibson wasn't taking any chances there. You could see him following that puck that was outside the blue line when the shot was taken. Yeah, goaltenders don't like to let those in normally, so he's going to be extra careful with that one. He does take a whistle. So Tigers another offensive zone draw.
The Vikings will hit the red line. They'll dump it in deep. About 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second frame. And we will head into the second intermission. Let's see if the score is still louded up at this time. And the shot from the slot will be stopped there from James Britton. The quick answer from Chris Gomez as he got the pass in the middle of those hash marks in the slot. Now Kirchner going towards the net. The wraparound try. He'll still have possession. Here's the forehanded shot. Will be blocked before getting towards the net. Ryan McNicholas now holding it on his forehand. Walking the line. Here's the shot. Big save there from Gibson. Steered off into the corner.
Good play there from
Tuma now
McNicholas.
trying to get it out. It's kept in by the Tigers. Now quickly gotten back out by the Vikings. Britton out of his net to play that one. He'll make an indirect pass behind his own net. Simonello taking possession. Trying to get it out for the Tigers, and now it looks like they're going to go to the power play. But the referees caught the Vikings for a trip. Delayed penalty as the goaltender in Britain comes to the bench, and the Tigers play around with the puck on 6-on-5 until the Vikings can touch up.
Oh, surprised they blew the whistle there, but power play now for Ridgefield. That's exactly what the doctor had ordered. And they almost gave up a goal there to go down 3-1. Britain came up with the save, and that's good wheels from Simonello behind the net. He ends up drawing the call. You can see in the corner there, he just tries to get around his man. He does so successfully, and that last shot that took Simonello down is going to send Stamford to the box.
The Tigers going on the power play for the second time in this game. Just about 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go on the clock. As they'll start their 2-minute minor. Looks like 21 and Max Zelikman will go to the box for tripping. Timmy Gallagher, the backhanded pass below the Vikings goal line. It looks like number 19 and CJ Berlingo just trying to cover that one up to waste some time. Gallagher's pass over to Kirchner. Back over to Gallagher on the half wall. He'll move it over to the point for Blockley. Blockley will fire, and that one will just be tipped wide. Gallagher, backhanded pass over to Hertwig. Hertwig now. He will lose that puck, and the Vikings able to get it out down to the length
Kind
of
of
the
an
ice
interesting
over
play there
the Ridgefield zone.
by Berlingo. Berlingo trying to kill clock on. That's a play you do when there's 5 seconds left in the game, not a minute and 30 seconds on the PK, but it was effective.
Gallagher chipping that one over to Hertwig. Hertwig now moving over to Blockley, who will walk the line. Back over to Hertwig on the half wall. Trying to stretch the zone over for Gallagher. That's been the play that's been scoring them a lot of goals. As Gallagher's been left open on the back post, Hertwig's been able to find him. Just a minute to go in this second period. Now walking over the pass over to Kirchner, and that one will be covered up there. Nice job by Jack Gibson to get a glove on that and a stoppage of play. Face off back in the Stamford Westhill zone.
You said it, Michael. They're looking for Gallagher, who's just the unmanned guy there on the power play. That one didn't make it all the way across. Instead, battle in front, no rebound.
About 50 seconds to go in the second period. And 40 seconds to go in the man advantage here from the Tigers. Almost keeping that one in, and it looks like it's a delayed offsides now for Ridgefield. The Vikings will get it down the length of the ice. Just 40 seconds to go in the second period. Miscommunication there from Clayton Walsh and Ryan McNicholas. The Tigers will move it over to Angelo Simonello in his own defensive end. He's got speed now working through the neutral zone. Get around his defenseman. He gets off the stick for a second. Now Dean Scully at the point, walking the line, and now a beautiful defensive play there from number 20 in Egan Dugan. Just 13 seconds to go. The shot from Simonello will be stopped by the right pad there of Jack Gibson. It will go down the length of the ice. It will be icing as it is even strength now at the end.
Let's see if Britain looks
Second
towards
period,
the
just
bench.
5.4 seconds to go.
See if the Tigers want to try to get a 6-on-5 here with 5 seconds to go. Maybe too much time, and puck could definitely get launched that far that quickly, but
Bennett Rose will lose that face-off, and it looks like the Westhill Stamford Vikings will just pin that one up against the boards. They will go into the second intermission, up 2-1 against this Tigers team on home ice at the Terry Conners Ice Arena in Stamford, Connecticut. Great game so far from both teams. Christian, what are you seeing?
yeah, a little bit of frustration there at the end of the period. You could see from Hertwig and this Tigers team, which they thought was going to have an easier time tonight. Now they have to battle back and win one period, and that should be able to win them the game, as with a 1-goal deficit, as long as they get this third period by 1, we're at least going to overtime. There's the goal from Simonello you're seeing on the replay. He's been shooting the puck a lot.
Simonello has been shooting the puck a lot more than we're used to seeing. I think that they learned
There's
that.
the tying goal. I'm impressed with the way the Vikings have hung around in this game, and they're the better team right now on the scoreboard, as that second goal from the point was the only goal in that second period. Let's see what the third period entails.
The Tigers are definitely going to have a quick start to get back in this game. They're definitely not out of it, as they're only down 1 heading into the third period. We'll get an ice cut, a fresh sheet of ice for the third period of action. Stick around, stay tuned for face-off at center dot here at the Terry Conners Ice Arena for this game between the Vikings and the Tigers. Vikings up 2-1. And fans, welcome back in for third period action. This game between Vikings and the Tigers. Right now, Stamford Westhill pulling off the upset, up 2-1 as we go into the third period of play. The Tigers just not doing enough to crack the goaltender in Jack Gibson. Simonello did his part, as he has 1 goal in this game, but the Tigers don't have much else to show for it.
Yeah, Simonello will have a lot more chances and a lot more ice time in this game, as he seems to be the guy with the wheels going right now. The Tigers seem like they're playing a game right now that they didn't expect to be in, as every single time they've had the puck, I think it's been a wonder to see how much time they've taken and how they almost assume they're going to have more time and space than they do. And credit to the Vikings, they've capitalized on 2 of those goals, and after going down 1-0 early, they've battled all the way back to make this a very interesting third period coming up.
And you can see there on the cam highlighting the Tigers huddle there. You saw number 14, Blake Schlappak, who's out with an injury, hyping up his team, trying to give them some words of inspiration so they can go out for this third period and maybe show a bit more urgency, as we are set to drop the puck here for third period action at center ice. Teddy Sproul laying a hit there. Clayton Walsh will pinch down low in the neutral zone. Now Sproul moving it across the zone for Kirchner. Now the Tigers and the Vikings having some trouble playing that one out cleanly. 14 minutes, 39 seconds to go.
Yeah, these two teams are trying to figure out their breakout, figure out their transition game. And right now, Tigers got to focus on getting the puck in.
It looks like Simonello will make the indirect pass over to Teddy Sproul and moves it back over to Clayton Walsh. On the half wall, Tigers can't keep that puck in. Teddy Sproul now with the neutral zone regroup. He'll move it over to Walsh, who will hit the red line, dumping it deep on the backhand. The Vikings coming the other way now. Through the neutral zone with speed. They're going to enter the offensive zone from the right side. Now a rebound off their own shot. Brown Toussaint will be stopped there from Britain. Stoppage of play, face off at the Ridgefield end.
Yeah, that's a play there it's just all effort. The guy who dumps the puck in is able to beat every Tiger in on it and gets another follow-up chance. Things like that just cannot be happening right now if you're Ridgefield.
Face off on the Tigers' end. Scott now to the neutral zone off the play there from Timmy Gallagher. Out of his net to play that one is James Britton. I actually just mixed up both of the Tigers' goaltenders there. Mason Blockley now back over to Dean Scully, playing a slower-paced defensive zone breakout. And now the Tigers will come away with it. They enter the offensive zone from the right side. The drop pass over to Hertwig. It will go past his stick, but he'll be able to wrap that puck in and keep it in for the Tigers on the offensive push. Now batted out there by Curran. Taken here from Gallagher. Gallagher moves it over to Bennett Rose, who walks and fires. That one will just go wide and high of the net. Dean Scully now wrapping it again, trying to hit Bennett Rose so he can take another shot on net. Now Mason Blockley will walk the line, still holding possession on his forehand, looking towards the net, passing it over to Hertwig, and now it's stolen back here by the Vikings. Quickly kept in by the Tigers. Bennett Rose moving it down low over to Hertwig. Hertwig now trying to cycle it low again over to Gallagher. Puck is loose, as you heard a couple people in the crowd call for it. They didn't want the referees to stop that play. As Ian Duggan will enter the offensive zone from the right side. Stolen here from Angelo Simonello as he's hit off the puck. Now Ryan McNicholas quickly moves it over to him, and now a Tigers player is flattened in the neutral zone. It looks like that they will get the man advantage from it. Oh boy, how close was that from being an own goal there from Carson Blockley.
Wouldn't be the first we've ever seen from this Tigers hockey club. And here's some extracurriculars between Rose and his counterpart. Oh, take a look at this hit on McNicholas here through the neutral zone. And yeah, the Vikings were looking for hits there on that play with Simonello skating through the neutral zone, and McNicholas just not able to duck underneath that one fully. Does result in the penalty. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty clean hockey hit, in my opinion, but Ridgefield will take that.
Seems like the Stamford Westhill coach also thinking that as they're shaking their heads. They don't like the call. They had a word with the referee, but back to hockey action here as the faceoff was deep in the in the Stamford Westhill zone as the Tigers will go on the power play. Kirchner now holding patiently on his forehand, headed towards the net behind the goal. Over to Gallagher on the half wall. Tigers power play has done a lot of work. They haven't scored in this game yet, but like we said, 9 goals in the last 3 games. It looks like the net is dislodged off of the pegs. 11 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the third period, and it will be a stoppage of play face-off deep in the Viking zone.
Yeah, that's a tough play there. I mean, you'd like to see them continue play if they can, but Ridgefield had the puck, and they were looking like they were going to shoot soon, so whistle does have to blow.
Bennett Rose in to take the face-off here for the Tigers. It will hop, and now Rose will actually clear it for the Vikings there. Gallagher now back to play it from his own end, getting the regroup started. Just 1:20 to go on the power play here for the Tigers. Gallagher with speed through the neutral zone, hitting his man off of him. As Lucas Velosi tried to lay a body on Gallagher, he will say, no thank you. And he'll lay one back. Pass over to Gallagher in the slot. Backhanded try over. Mason Blockley just wasn't on the point yet. Trying to hit Bennett Rose there. Just a minute to go in this power play now. Blockley trying to make an indirect pass with the referee getting in the way there. Vikings going on some offense on the penalty kill. Here's the shot. It will just go wide and above the pad of James Britton. Bennett Rose leaves it for Mason Blockley. They'll go from behind their own net for some protection, and now they'll start the rush towards the offensive zone. They'll enter from the left side on the forehand, now passing it towards the front of the net, and that one will be snuffed out. And it will be sent down the length of the ice. Britton out of his net to play that one, puts it off into the corner, but the Tigers will go to the box. Jack Kirchner, a minor penalty. Looks like an interference call, actually a cross-checking call. And
Could have
now
called either
4-on-4.
one of them. Yeah, I mean, that player does not have the puck, and that is just an absolute minor penalty. So, no arguments from me.
I'd have to say the same. Definitely a penalty. They can't miss that one, as it was right in front of the referee there. Kirchner gets caught up behind the play. And now it's 4-on-4 hockey. Tigers just etching out their power play opportunity, and they will send the puck down the length of the ice. It seems like one of the players didn't realize it was 4-on-4. Thought he could just send it down the ice without any penalty or infraction. 10 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the third period. And the score remains 2-1. Simonello in to take the faceoff. They're going to win it forward with McNicholas trying to drive it out into the neutral zone. The Tigers will have to start back up from below their own goal line. Carson Blockley now moving it over to McNicholas, and now they're making some way through the neutral zone. Looks like now the Vikings will go on the power play, the 5-on-4 opportunity, and the Tigers will switch to the PK. Carson Blockley gets the puck at the point. He'll now walk the line. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked there from number 21 in Zelikman. Now a shot from Carson Blockley. The big rebound comes out into the corner once again. And Brown Toussaint, high off the glass, couldn't get it out, but he'll still hold possession. And he'll now finally be able to do so with his pass over towards Chris Gomez, one of the goal scorers for this Vikings team. Stamford Westhill trying to get something going here. Brown Toussaint now in the neutral zone on the right side. Heads towards the center on the forehand. Fakes the shot, now holds patiently, and dumps it in below the Tigers' goal line. Mason Blockley's the first player on that. 45 seconds to go in the man advantage here for the Vikings. Holding it is Zelikman. Good play from Teddy Sproul, trying to get it out, and he will get it out to the slot, but now the Vikings have a good chance, and Gomez couldn't get a stick on that one. Ian Duggan now towards the front of the net, stolen here from Hertwig, and Hertwig looking to find his partner in Timmy Gallagher. He's going to beat his man on the right side, headed towards the center, and a beautiful poke check there by the Vikings. No call, no penalty, very clean play. And the power play now in front, and Blockley stops the play from getting dangerous.
Oh, it was dangerous, all right. There's Blockley. Johnny on the spot again.
Blockley now, after making the heroic stop, moving it over to McNicholas. We'll move it over to Kirchner. Kirchner now, he'll come out of the box. It is even strength hockey, 5-on-5. And that's chipped out of play by Ridgefield.
Boy, let's take a look at this chance in front, and boy, Blockley had to be there. If he wasn't there, that was an absolute free goal for the Vikings. And he barely got that puck out.
Yeah, really good positioning. He held it for a second there. It was a little scary. As Clayton Walsh will now take a spill. It looks like Duggan's on the breakaway. Goes to the backhand, the shot, and they score! The Vikings go up 3-1, and now the Tigers are in trouble late in this third.
Wow, what a break there for the Vikings. As this player is all alone by himself, goes to the backhand, and what a finish there for Ian Duggan. Oh yeah, that's a gaping net. Oh, and he's even got a little Bobby Orr finish as he goes head first, tumbling into the goal.
He was tripped by the goaltender's pad after putting it home. A beautiful shot there from Duggan to make this game 3-1. The Vikings now applying so much pressure. The Tigers aren't able to handle it. It seemed like they thought this was going to be a little bit of a cakewalk, and the Stamford Westhill Vikings were not going to take that for an answer. Beautiful response here from the Vikings after scoring the last goal, and now it makes it a 2-goal deficit from the Tigers. They're going to have to climb back with just about 8 minutes to go in this third.
And these games, Michael, these games are not given to you. You have to go out and you have to earn your victories in this league and in this Division I matchup here. Tigers now are already facing crunch time.
Now McNicholas trying to get around his man into the neutral zone. It's stopped there from Brown Toussaint as he'll make a backhanded try past the Tigers' goal line. Blockley now trying to stretch the zone over for Angelo Simonello, and that one will go wide. Stolen here from the Vikings. Blockley can't get a clean stick on that, and Britton's going to have to cover that one up as Duggan, who just scored the goal for Stamford Westhill, will get in on the goaltender in Britton right after he covered that puck up. And Blockley
Two teams
didn't like
exchanging some pleasantries there after the whistle. Yeah, this is not exactly a friendly atmosphere right now, as there's been a lot of this. Tigers have been part of a number of these games, though. They're not afraid of it.
Rose now trying to move it forward. It looks like Kirshner will step in front of James Britton before it can get to him in the net. And he'll try to clear that out for the Tigers, and they will do so. But the Vikings will come the other way. Gallagher on the back check. He'll now take it with his forehand, and he'll stretch the zone all the way out for Hertwig, who will tip that on net. And it looks like Gibson will cover up for a stoppage of play face-off deep in the Stamford Westhill zone.
I think Tigers are okay with that, with having an offensive zone try now, and all things considered, they have the ability. They have to remember that they have the better talent. They have the ability to get back in this game. They got to slow it down, make good decisions, start getting some offensive zone time. We haven't seen much offensive zone time right now in this last few minutes, or even these last few periods, quite frankly.
Second period was a little dry from both teams. Definitely a better outing from the Vikings in the second, and it seems like it's more of the same story from the second here in the third for the Tigers. Not much offensive zone time and time on attack as Dean Scully tries to get it out to the neutral zone. Hertwig now moving it over to Bennett Rose, but a little bit of a miscommunication there, stolen by the Vikings, gotten in deep. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third period here for the Tigers and the Vikings. Bennett Rose trying to chip away at that as the Vikings get a try in the slot right in front of Britton. Tigers will get it out to the neutral zone. And the Vikings are back. Seems like they've gone into more of a defend the lead type forecheck in the neutral zone and through the offensive as well.
Oh. Yeah, these bounces right now are favoring them.
Joey Couch now behind the net, trying to get possession here from the Tigers, taken by Ian Duggan and gotten out to the neutral zone. Hertwig now on his backhand, can't get that off his stick, because it was a really good forecheck there from James Barnum. But Britton will cover that one up as it comes right in front of his crease.
Yeah, Barnum had a good shift there, and this Westhill team has not had it looking like they've been dominating exactly, but they had these quick chances that Ridgefield has given up uncharacteristically. They've got to really crunch down now. It's got to be offense now for the rest of the game.
Blockley now moving forward, makes a nice move around one guy, but can't get around another, and Ian Duggan. A really good back check from him. Carson Blockley on the forehand. Fakes the pass over to his brother in Mason, and now the Tigers will send it down the length of the ice. It will be an icing. I thought they were past the red line there for that pass. Guess so.
That's not it. Right now we're throwing pucks, hoping. There's a lot of hoping going on instead of executing.
5 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the third period. Simonello in to take the face-off here for the Tigers. Mason Blockley now, a chip pass over to Simonello after the face-off. He's now going to enter the offensive zone from the left side. Loses possession here, trying to muscle his way forward. And the pinch from Carson Blockley to send that puck deep down into the Viking zone. Nice chip play here from Stamford Westhill. Looks like they almost got onto the odd man rush. A good back check here from the Tigers. Mason Blockley trying to get it out. Good help from Teddy Sproul as he was almost sprung ahead there. 5 minutes to go in the third period. It will be an icing against Stamford Westhill. So the faceoff will be deep in the Viking zone.
Yeah, Ridgefield's close right now. You can kind of feel it. They're starting to put a little bit more pressure on, and they're taking a little bit more risks with their defenders pinching. It's going to be all hands on deck, and can't leave anything in the tank now. It's all got to go towards the goal.
Jimmy Gallagher moving it over to Kirchner. That shot will be wide. And now another chance there from Braden Kaseman. He'll lose that puck after the shot was blocked before getting towards the net. Greg Hertwig behind the net. That one will be wrapped too far for his stick. Good pinch there from Kirchner. And and almost kept in by Gallagher, but it was in Kirchner's spot that the puck was vacant. Nice poke check there from Dean Scully. Number 7 and Jack Kirchner now entering the offensive zone from the left side. He's hit off the puck there for number 19 and CJ Berlingo, but he'll still hold possession. Herwig in front for Gallagher, just wide. Dean Scully
Gallagher was open
pass
there.
over to Gallagher.
Herwig didn't see him in time, but Tigers have possession now. This is what they need.
Gallagher now trying to get it out of the scrum. There's 3 Tigers forwards below the goal line and in the corner. Definitely not the best forecheck position you could be in, but it looks like it will work out for the Tigers. Hertwig back over to Kirchner. We'll move it back over to Hertwig on the half wall. They move towards the blue line, passing over to Gallagher on the far side. Here's the turn shot, and that one will just go wide off the stick. Keeping that one in his feet. Scully will go down the length of the ice. Looks like 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third period. Not much time left for the Tigers to tie it up. Moving through the neutral zone, entering from the right side is Braden Kaseman. Still holding possession. Stolen here from Westhill, and it looks like a nice hit there in the corner. It looks like he just led with the elbow, and it will be a penalty against the Tigers.
The tough call to make in that spot here if you're the referee. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair actually on the replay. I was gonna say in the moment that you gotta let the boys play at this time of the game, but yeah, you gotta call that one, as it could have been boarding, could have been elbowing. Tigers just desperate to find something here, and it results in the 2-minute minor. If they can get a short-handed one, this thing's not over, but it's gonna take something now.
Ridgefield penalty number 4.
Not much time left for the Tigers to work. They will go down a man. Mason Blockley now, his defensive end. Looks like the Tigers are going to go on the offensive press. They'll enter the zone from the left side. On the forehand is Mason Blockley. It's 2 players on the puck here for the Vikings. They'll converge on Blockley. Ryan McNicholas with the forecheck below the goal line. Interesting penalty kill here from the Tigers. They'll keep that puck in. The pass over to McNicholas. He'll lose that one. Almost an odd man rush, but now stolen back here by Teddy Sproul of the Tigers. Run to the offensive zone, takes a shot on net, and a nice save there from number 34, Jack Gibson. Stopped the play.
That's impressive work on the PK here by the Tigers. Able to continue the offensive pressure, and they need it now. They've got their top guys out there. Still a minute and 22 to go here on the PK.
22 seconds, to go in the PK for the Tigers, and then it will be even strength hockey for just about a minute and a half. That one will be slapped down the length of the ice by the Vikings, so it will be an icing against Stamford Westhill on their own power play. 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go in this third period, and 1 minute and 11 seconds to go in the Vikings power play. Now, the Tigers' opponent, they will be playing tomorrow, which we will not have on the broadcast at MVP TV. They will be playing the Darien Blue Wave, who beat the Stamford Westhill team 8-1. Now the Tigers trail them 3-1 as they get the odd man rush. Here's the shot. Big save there from Britt. He steers it off into the corner, keeping this game at 3-1, and the Tigers still down 2. Hertwig now indirect pass, trying to hit Gallagher. Getting a little too cutesy with it, and now an odd man rush here for the Vikings. The shot, big save by Britton, and now Hertwig will steer it off into the corner. Blockley now holds possession from his own end, trying to stretch the zone. Good forecheck here from one of the goal scorers in this Vikings squad, number 7, Lucas Velozzi. Behind the play, Teddy Sproul and another Viking player just mixed up there. It looks like their skates and stick were tied up. A minute and 50 seconds to go in the third period. Just 20 seconds to go on the Vikings power play. Moving that one forward is Simonello. Looks like no icing. And Gallagher will get in below the goal line on the puck. And now stolen here from Berlingo. Coming the other way, Zelikman, stolen by Kirchner. He's going to enter the offensive zone. The shot, big save there from the blocker of Gibson. Kirchner hits his man off the puck. Now a scrum for possession. Looks like a delayed call might be the Tigers going back to the box.
Oof. Similar kind of
Just
play
something
to the
you can't
last
afford.
penalty. Yeah, absolutely not. And again, Tigers trying to get in on that forecheck, and it's really just too little too late. Finally, you start to feel like they have their legs, and they got a 2-goal deficit and continuing to take penalties. It's not the recipe.
So it looks like Kirchner will go to the box for the second time tonight. It looks bleak now for the Tigers. They're going to have to kill this penalty off for the rest of the game. Unless, of course, Stamford can score, but then that will really be the dagger to put this one away. Let's see if the Tigers can get 2 quick penalty kill goals to send this one into overtime. Right now, definitely looking bleak. You can hear it on the public address. Just 1 more minute to go. 50 seconds now. Indirect pass on the backhand over from Carson Clockley. It will go out to the neutral zone, but it really doesn't matter. In this case, the Tigers need offense. They don't really need to kill clock, because the clock is the only thing that might be helping them out. Now in front for Simonello, and that one was close. And it looks like there was a stoppage of play, because that net, it's come off for the 3rd time now as the Tigers are in on the offensive zone.
Yeah, but you got to let the play finish, in my opinion. It wasn't going to go in this time. That net is barely off its pegs. If that was a goal, if Simonello tucks that on the backhand right there, I think he got counted.
So just under 40 seconds to go. Faceoff will be in the Tigers' offensive zone, of course, as the net was dislodged when they were in the zone with possession of the puck. So the faceoff had to blow. Carson Blockley over to Joey Couch. That one-time shot is wide of the net. Now it looks like the Vikings are just going to try to kill time here, and that one's a high sticking.
Yeah, right now, Ridgefield is just, it's too little too late for them, and this is a marquee win for this Stamford Westhill team. Tigers.
It'll get them back to 5-5. I mean, this is a really good game here from the Vikings. And with a test tomorrow for the Tigers in the Darien Blue Wave, you wonder how they're going to come out. This one was a rough game for the Tigers. Just 10 seconds to go. It's definitely not going to be enough, as now it trails down to 5. And it looks like the Vikings will get the win. 3-1 at the Terry Conners Ice Arena in Stamford, Connecticut. On home ice, the Vikings beat the Tigers in a game where the Tigers definitely should have brought a little bit more to the table.
Wow, jubilation there on the side of Stamford Westhill. You can see what this win means for them. They are certainly happy campers tonight, coming in and beating a very good Ridgefield team, holding them to just 1 goal. They stuck with it all night. Got to give them a lot of credit. And on Ridgefield's side, you know, this is a team that's been skated before this season. And if you're going to skate a team, I would skate them after that game rather than any other. But the good news for them is they're going to have a chance to make up for it before there's even a chance to get skated tonight, or tomorrow, I should say, against Darien.
Yeah, you know, really good game from the Vikings. You know, you got to say that they played a really fantastic game of hockey, and they really brought it to Ridgefield. It was a really good game from the Vikings, not so much from the Tigers' side, as they came off of the loss to the Prout School. The Crusaders beat the Tigers 4-1 last time out, and the Tigers weren't able to carry any momentum from that game as they played much stronger game. James Britton also held the goal after playing the last game, and it was a little bit off-kiltering for him maybe in the situation where he gets the back-to-back starts. He hasn't had that all season long, as it's usually been Britton to Sproul and back to Britton and then back to Sproul. So we didn't see that. We saw a back-to-back game here from Britton, and it was a really tough challenge, as the Vikings brought a lot to the Tigers' table, and the Tigers just didn't bring enough.
Yeah, and, got to give a lot of credit to the goaltender for Stamford Westhill. Gibson gets the win, only gives up the 1 goal. So put that in the W column for him. Ridgefield, chance to bounce back tomorrow against Darien.
You won't see us here on MVP TV for that game, but you can tune in here next time when the Tigers are on home ice again at the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield, Connecticut, as they face next Wednesday, the 29th of January, the St. Joseph's Cadets, which earlier in the season the Tigers beat 2-0 at the rinks at Shelton. So from all of us
that'll
here
be
at
another good
MVP
chance for them.
TV, our producer, Justin Couette, our director, Joey Delgado, I was Michael Conciatore, your host for today's game, alongside Christian Conciatore, my color commentator. We bid you adieu, and we'll see you next week on Wednesday.